apartment building and officers chasing him into that building. A dramatic end to this chase. That suspect jumping out of the vehicle with a large backpack as they now are in foot pursuit running through this building trying to apprehend that driver.
The want, that's a big question right now is the want. We were just asking that right before we went live. I can tell you about the car though. We can tell you
Digga,
that
wie
car
oft das
very
auch passiert
tattered.
da,
It's
Hilfe.
missing 2 tires, a front and a rear tire completely gone. We were on the 5 freeway, and it looks like we're getting off the freeway right now very clearly. We'll get you a street. I believe this is going to be, I'm going to give up on that right now. but making some turns there. Sheriff's Department behind it, and you can see they're not doing the pit maneuver. We do know there's a helicopter above it as well. They were talking about Carmenita Road, by the
Digga,
way.
was ist das für eine
They were
Kolonne
talking
hinter
about
ihm?
using the pit maneuver to bring this to an
Hilfe.
end, but maybe because of what those suspects are wanted for, they're not going to do that. Right now, going against traffic, you can see those types of moves. At one point, that vehicle going well into the 60, 70 mile an hour range on the streets, running red lights. That's the reason why the Sheriff's Department not giving up on this. A lot of times because of policy, because of the want, they'll say, you know what, we're just going to back off, we're going to follow it. But in this case, they are staying engaged in this pursuit. We're going to be coming up on Norwalk Boulevard here shortly. Pioneer going to be the next one in the city of Norwalk.
Digga, aber was haben die da für ein Adrenalin in sich, Chat?
You pointed out, overhead, making most of these calls. Deputies on the ground, they're the ones that are going to try to bring this thing to an end, and when it does, they're going to be the ones that are going to have to subdue all those suspects inside that vehicle.
This dude is definitely on 6 stars right now. Everyone who's playing GTA knows what I mean.
Okay. Well, that would explain why they're not letting this go. Take a look
1,
at the
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Autos. 6 Polizeiautos hinter ihm.
Or any kind of law enforcement behind it. In this case, we've got the Los Angeles Sheriff's deputies down there, some of the best trained law enforcement that we can have here in Southern California. There's some, Vinny just shouted out that there might be some other parts coming off of the vehicle. I'm wondering if we can get onto the other side of the car and see those flat tires, those flat rims, and see if there's more parts coming off of it.
Die fahren gefühlt nur 50. Ich glaube, das sieht nur so aus.
Slow down, and you can see all the other vehicles. That's not traffic. That's a deputy right there
Ja, doch.
slowing the
Ich glaube, die
traffic.
fahren sogar 50 nur.
This might
Aber
be the
warum?
time where they actually bring this thing to an end, where they try to do a pit maneuver or just kind of bump it just a little bit to get it to spin out. That might just be enough to set off that fuel shutoff system and or bring it to an end.
Tank
Here we
teuer.
go, this
Jetzt
deputy
bitte der
really making the move here. Let's see how well he did in the pit maneuver school. Here it comes. There it goes. Nice spin out. Nice spin out. And but just right back to the front. There you go. The car did stop. And that's probably because the mechanism inside, when that happened, these modern cars, it's going to disable it. So you can see the driver basically just did the oh gosh. You can see the oh gosh hand gesture. So the vehicle stopped, and now we're on the northbound 5. It's all traffic's going to be stopped here for a little bit. Hopefully they will comply quickly. But believe me, deputies are in no rush to get these suspects out of that car, but they just want to do it the right way.
Yep. Game over for this guy.
You can see it right there. They called him out first there. The driver
da ist er
doing
gefickt.
the open the door from the outside. That's what that driver did. Again, don't know if that vehicle basically shut it.
Vehicle's turning into a parking lot now. We'll see what happens here. And it looks like we have a CHP unit on the other end there and going to try to box the suspect in. We'll see what happens, and pushing past that CHP unit there, that K9 unit.
Mit
now
seiner
that
Karre,
K9 unit,
Digga.
the primary in the pursuit now, and we'll see what happens as this continues now on Walnut from about Pacific Boulevard, or it looks like we're on California from Pacific Boulevard.
Nee.
And now the airship calling this overhead, that new unit in that number 1 spot. But
Digga,
that was a great move by the CHP to attempt to bring this to an end. Coming in for that pit maneuver, going to tap that bumper just a little too far, spinning that vehicle the other way out of control. We'll see what happens. Going to box this vehicle in now. And it looks like the suspects have their hands out. We're going to hold just a little bit wider of a shot until we're kind of sure of what the situation
Aber die geben auch dann direkt wieder auf.
Going to pan out yet now. You can see the K9 officers being deployed or being brought out and ready in those stances there. You got a canine on each side of the vehicle, and those officers beginning to take that position of advantage. Now time is on those officers' side as they begin to call the suspects out of the vehicle, but
Digga, diese Grafik hier einfach 1:1 GTA.
The driver and the passenger have their hands out of the vehicle. The airship overhead calling that as well. They don't see anything else necessarily wrong. The airship also giving park, and it's going to roll right onto that sidewalk and probably right into a tree. Driver back in the vehicle, putting it into park. The officers now make an approach to that vehicle, telling that driver to put it into park and step out. That passenger sprawling out on the ground, hands above their head, hat off, and it looks like the officers are going to make approach to take that passenger into custody.
And we'll continue to watch and see how this ends, but he's made it very easy to disable this vehicle.
All right, Rick, we're going to actually stay with this here on our foxla.com.
Digga, das sind 50 km/h, die er da nur fährt. Nicht mal.
Looks like we're going to try a pit. Maybe trying to pit. Let's watch this. Here he goes. He's picking up speed. He's going to try to bump it and spin that vehicle out. Here we go. There we go.
Ey, yo.
Oh,
yo.
Not quite. Oh, he hits another vehicle. Wow. Let's see what happens if he can block this suspect in now.
Guck mal, wie er noch versucht, irgendwas zu drehen da.
Now, this is a situation where this suspect is using the vehicle as a weapon. It's Montebello Police Department, MTB, you could see. That's a canine unit there. He is being instructed, that suspect, clearly to hands up, get out, and he's not doing that at this point. Unclear if there's anybody else in the back seat.
Hooded sweatshirt. Now we're getting a clear look at that.
It does appear more like it is a male at this time. That has not been confirmed.
Alright, guys. Thank you for watching and thank.
Gefickt, ja. Gefickt. Chat, zu wem soll ich euch rüber hosten? Zu wem soll ich euch rüber hosten? Niki, danke dir für deine 13 Monate.
Zum Geburtstag.
Kai? Zu Kai, oder was?
Fucking goats. Okay, wait. We got a lot to talk about today, chat. Okay? We have a lot to talk about. And when I say a lot to talk about, I mean...
Viel Spaß bei Kai, bitte eh nicht sehen, Chat. Viel Spaß. Ich danke euch für die ganzen Glückwünsche. Es war ein W-Stream heute. Kuss, Kuss, Kuss an jeden, der am Start war. Ihr müsst oben am Raid teilnehmen. Danke, 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 danke. Ich küsse eure Herzen. Wir sehen uns morgen, glaube ich. Ja, morgen sollten wir uns wieder sehen. Viel Spaß bei Kai. Warzone 2 Trailer. Okay, viel Spaß bei ihm und am Raid-Teil. Und wir sehen uns morgen wahrscheinlich wieder. Yes. Haut da rein, Chat. Bis morgen.